Good morning. Happy Christmas. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. So this is my first time going live since all the festive period has been going on. We had a wonderful one, going to various family and just having a really nice time. But now I'm starting to focus on 2020. I'm starting to really kind of think ahead to what I want next year, next decade to look like. Speaking of decade, where do you fall on the whole is it really the end of a decade or not argument? I'm undecided. I'm easily swayed. Anyway, so if you are looking like me and like a lot of people, this time of year gets you reflecting on how the previous year has gone and what you want to achieve in the coming year. New Year's resolutions. We all like to think about the new year as a fresh start and a fresh opportunity to kind of set new goals and set ourselves new challenges and so on. So if that's you, if you have started to think ahead and kind of set yourself goals, whether they be business goals or personal goals, perhaps you want to lose weight, perhaps you want to quit drinking, perhaps in your business you want to reach a certain revenue goal, launch a new product, get new clients, whatever it may be. One of the key things to achieving goals is consistency. So what is it that we need in order? I've been reading a book on habit, on building habits and building good habits, and it's fascinating. In fact, I shall find out. I should have got a link to it now, but I forgot. I didn't think to do that, but I will. I'll link to it in the comments when I finish here because I absolutely highly recommend it. It is absolutely fascinating, and it goes into the kind of psychology of how we form habits, how we break bad habits and so on. Really, 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 really good, really interesting, and very interesting from a marketing perspective as well, because it talks about how people's susceptibility to forming habits has been used and is used in marketing. Really, really interesting. Anyway, I kind of digress, but it's got me thinking about my own business and my own goals and the things that I struggle to be consistent with and how I can what I can do differently to make sure that going into next year, going into next decade, I stick to things better and I get that momentum. Because ultimately, when you look at kind of successful business owners and less successful business owners, perhaps the biggest difference is just that. It's that they have stuck to something. They have, it could be just something small like posting on social media every day. They have stuck to it, and that makes the difference. Those little steps, that small commitment adds up until suddenly you have this big successful business. So if we can learn to be consistent, if we can learn the secret to what is it that makes people stick to something, to not kind of just give up or skip a day because they're a bit busy or whatever, what is it that makes people do that? So I just wanted to come in and kind of share a couple of little nuggets that I've got from this book that I've been reading and that has absolutely fascinated me. So one thing is community, and actually having other people who are all going for a similar goal, and being able to kind of share that experience with people. There is real power in that, and a couple of examples that were used in the book was one, Alcoholics Anonymous. The fact that is hugely successful. And has been kind of accredited with many people giving up drinking, and one of the biggest things behind it is the fact that there is this community. People have other like-minded people who they can sort of share share their experiences with, and so on, and keep them accountable. And all of that stuff. Community is hugely powerful when it comes to staying consistent and staying on track with a goal. If you have other people working towards that same goal with you, then it's so helpful. Think about things like running clubs and all of that kind of stuff. It's so it's so helpful to have other people who are going to hold you accountable, who are going to inspire you with their own achievements and so on. Another great example was West Point, which is the kind of the big military sort of school in the States. And this book that was saying that obviously, you know, it's a tough place to go, and you know, they almost are trying to break you because they want only the kind of people with kind of real grit and real resilience to kind of come out at the other end, and that a huge percentage of people drop out before the term even starts, or you know, in that very first few weeks of the first term. Huge numbers drop out because they just can't take it. And this one chap who went was saying that in the first couple of weeks, he and I think there were 9 of them kind of formed this group where they said, we are going to sort of talk to each other. We're going to make sure that every day we chat about you know, what we're struggling with, if we're having a bad day, and all of that stuff. And he kind of accredited his success to this group. They called themselves the Musketeers, and they were each other's support. They were each other's rock. And having that support is what got them through each day, and all the kind of, you know, the really kind of tough stuff that they were going through at this, you know, military academy. So that is my kind of first key to success. Another really important factor is making sure that you have some kind of purpose for doing it, and that you're clear on what that is. So I've talked about this before with my kind of recent running successes, and how you know, previously I've tried running and I've never been able to stick to it. And it's kind of really made me kind of think about what was different this time. And I think the key difference this time was that whereas before I was kind of running with this kind of vague goal of losing weight, but A, because, you know, that takes time and I wanted quick results, and B, I hadn't really, you know, I was doing lots of other little things as well, and it just kind of, it wasn't a very kind of clear vision or goal, I guess. Whereas this time I was literally just going for a run because I wanted to feel better. I wanted to boost my mood, and I wanted to just kind of almost get through the day. And that was a quick, you know, that was an immediate result. I would go for a run and I would come back and I would feel better. And so that kept me going, because then the next time I would think, oh yeah, if I go for a run, I may not want to go for a run now, but I'll feel better when I have done. And so I would go, and that kept me going. And then it got to the point where it just became habit, and it became something that I didn't even particularly struggle with anymore. It's just what I do, you know, on this time, blah, blah, and because it's become a habit. So if you are thinking about going into, let me first introduce, in case you haven't heard about it, on January the 1st, I am starting a consistency challenge over in my Facebook group, which is Social Media Strategies for Small Businesses. I'll leave a link to that in the comments as well. And every day for January, we are going to have I will be going live and giving a content prompt. And the idea is that we're going to support each other in making sure that every single day for a month, we're posting on social media and thinking about the benefits that just doing that for a month could bring to your business. You know, increasing your contacts, increasing your visibility, giving you the, you know, just more confidence in general in, you know, what to post and how to post, giving you this kind of statistics behind what types of posts work, a whole month's worth of statistics and posts to kind of look at the results and really kind of drill down on what your audience resonates with, what they're going to engage with, that you can then take into future months' content. So it's going to have some huge benefits, and, you know, that's inevitable. So if you are interested in joining in that challenge, you don't have to do anything other than join the Facebook group, and I will be going live every day with that day's content prompt. So you don't even have to think about what to post. If you want those content prompts in advance, let me know, because I'll send you a link. You can sign up for a waiting list for my new membership, and you will get sent the prompts via email so that you have them all there in advance. So if you want to kind of look at them and kind of prepare ahead, then you have that opportunity too. So that's the challenge. It's over in my Facebook group. We start on January the 1st. And yeah, I think it's going to be really powerful, because you will have that community element. There will be other people doing this with you. We can share our successes, we can support each other, we can go and kind of engage on each other's posts. and really kind of get some momentum going. So if you are someone who struggles being consistent on social, I think this is going to be really, really powerful. A great way to go into 2020, really strong every day for January, making sure that you are showing up and showing up with kind of good strategic content. So this is the month's worth of post prompts that I have prepared, and they are, it's strategic stuff. It's not just fluff. This is stuff that I have kind of thought about and carefully planned so that it is going to build engagement, attract new people to your channel and so on. So get yourself over to the group if you want to be a part of that. And get that kind of community support, and make sure that if you are doing that, that you are thinking about what it is you personally want to achieve. What does a month's worth of showing up every day look like to you and your business? What is it that you specifically want to happen at the end of that? Because if you have that in mind, that also is going to help to keep you motivated and keep you coming back every day and making sure that you are kind of finishing your day's post. That's it. I hope that was helpful. I hope that kind of lit a light bulb for some of you. Have a wonderful day, and I shall see you in the group on January the 1st. Take care.